Awesome. So let's do some mindful movement together, focused on our hands today and energizing our hands with the purpose of healing. So begin by just breathing. Let's do some spinal cord breathing, opening the chest using the breath. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, bring the elbows together, tuck your chin, and round your back. Now, you can do this seated if you would like, or you can take a moment and stand with me, inhaling and exhaling. Feel the movement of your vertebrae, right? We're creating a column of energy right in the spinal column. Just gently moving, using the breath to gently massage our spinal cord. Coming into the present moment, taking deep, long breaths here sends a message to the brain. We're going to go inside and we're going to work with the energy of our bodies here. Good. Last exhale. Good. And then just releasing your hands. Now bring your hands together where your nail beds are touching. We're going to just rub and invigorate the nails, right? Rubbing the beds of the nails together, one against the other. Deep breaths here. Feel the energy right at the tips of the fingers awakening. Good. Excellent. Now let's do the wrists, right? So these are, just take those wrists and let's energize them. Open the heart meridians that reside at the wrist. So this energy actually travels down from the heart through that heart meridian to our hands. Deep breathing here. Good. Letting that energy flow and open. Now we're going to play with gravity. This is a little gravity charging move, right? So bringing your hand sort of parallel to the floor and sensing that pull of gravity, that connection with the earth. Good. Pressing down as you exhale. Good. And then inhale up. Feel your hands pulling against the pull of gravity. Good. Inhale, pushing down. Good. Lifting. Feel that energy of gravity as you press into the earth. Inhale up. Pull that energy up into your hands. Good. Exhale down. Sense that connection of gravity with the earth. Can you feel it, that electromagnetic pull? Inhale it up and then exhale, pressing down. Tuning into that energy of the earth that's always holding us in place. All right, good. Now bringing the palms of your hands together now. Sense any electromagnetic charge. Open the palms, inhaling, and then exhale. Bring your palms together. Feel that energy right in your hands. Good. Now let's balance our chakras with our hands. So bringing one hand down to about the 6 o'clock position, right at the lower abdomen. Bring the other hand up to the space right at the forehead and direct the energy between the thumb and the fingers. It's called the tiger's mouth. We're going to put that energy right at the mind space and then feel the space between your hands. We're balancing the root chakra with the third eye chakra, right at the center forehead. Go ahead and sense that energy, that connection between the hands. Good. Now let's drop down lower. With this upper hand, we're going to drop down right to the throat at the base of the neck. Breathing in, sensing that connection between your hands as a throat and the root balance. Good. Now dropping down to the space right at the center chest. Again, directing that space between the thumb and the index finger right to the heart chakra. Breathing in. Feel the energy in your hands. Good. Now let's drop down to the solar plexus. Breathing in. Feel that electromagnetic energy in your hands. Balancing. Dropping down now to the abdomen. Good. Now your hands are charged. So let's direct this healing energy right toward our own bodies, right? So if it's your neck and throat, go ahead and just lay your hands on those spots on your body. It might be your shoulders, carrying all the weight of the world. Or maybe it's emotional healing, bringing your hands right to the space of the heart. Breathing into that. Or maybe for you, it's your abdominal, digestive region. Needs some healing. Breathe that energy right into that space. Maybe it's your low back, right? Bringing those healing hands right around to the base of the spine there. And allow that energy to penetrate your body now and invite in that healing energy. Good. Thank you for practicing with me. Find your seat and let's begin to share a little bit of knowledge, a little skill building. Got some new things to share. And thank you for exploring and learning about the healing energy in our hands. And this practice unfolds from within. It awakens with the awareness of energy in the body. And as we go deeper, we start to really notice that subtle energy that resides in our hands. So let's go a little deeper now and look at the mudra. Mudra means seal or closure in Sanskrit. And we use these gestures mostly in meditation or in a pranayama practice to direct the flow of energy within the body by using our hands, right? A mudra is a way to facilitate the flow of energy in the subtle body. So mudras help us do things like draw awareness inward And each one of these symbolic gestures can stimulate different parts of the brain that transmit a goal of channeling energy during our meditation. So the seal creates a circuit in the body that generates a certain state of mind. And mudras are gestures that are used in yoga. They redirect life energy. It's a gesture of offering that helps to stimulate different parts of the brain that can help us feel at peace. And there are different mudras that we can practice. Each one has its own exclusive benefits. And surprise, mudras are used in healing by yogis. The mudra is commonly a hand position, and it's frequently used with a breath exercise to sort of invigorate the flow of energy in the body. But yogis practice mudras during their meditation, and I'm here to tell you that there's hundreds of different mudras. So these are nonverbal communication. So that's one of the reasons that I believe that mudras sort of speak to the higher mind. It's a self-expression consisting of these different hand and finger gestures, and they're symbolic based on the finger patterns that take place, but they retain the efficacy of the spoken word, and they're used to invoke ideas that symbolize divine powers. So the composition of the movements of the fingers constitute a hand language, right? By touching the tip of the little finger and the thumb together, you're enhancing intuitive communication, right? It can also help to strengthen your intuitive abilities. And a mudra is an external expression of an inner resolve, suggesting that this nonverbal communication is even more powerful than the spoken word. And in our previous meditation classes, we talked about three different mudras. We'll take a quick review of those, and then we're going to explore a couple of new ones. So the first one in review is called the Anjali Mudra. It's probably one of the most familiar. The gesture expresses respect and gratitude, right? It symbolizes love and honor. And many practitioners use it at the beginning or the end of a practice. But, you can do this while you're meditating. Again, you're just pressing the palms together right in front of the heart space to honor both yourself and the universe. So I'm going to review these mudras. I want you to pick one that you feel most connected to, and based on what you would like to generate, and then we'll practice these together in a few minutes. The second one is the Gayana Mudra. It's also one of the most common mudras. To practice this, to do it, we're going to bring the tip of the thumb and the index fingers together and keeping the other three fingers lightly stretched, right? This symbolizes the unity of universal and individual consciousness. It's a great seal to use when you're seeking inward knowledge or insight. This helps to increase concentration, creativity, and it sharpens memory, right? You can put your palms up if you're feeling more receptive on your lap, or if you're looking for a little more grounding, position your hands facing down with the palms. And this is one of my personal favorites, the Dhyana Mudra, right? Nest the hands together with the right hand inside of the left. Thumbs touch at the tips. And this gesture is thought to stimulate the flow of life in the body and that awakens Kundalini energy. I find it grounding and comforting. It's kind of like holding hands with yourself. All right, now this is a new one I'm introducing, the Usha's mudra or the gesture of dawn. And this is a powerful morning hand gesture. It's designed to boost energy, balance your hormones, and create a positive, alert mindset to start your day. And it also balances the five elements. So, how to practice this is we interlace the fingers, resting your hands in your lap, and then the left thumb rests on top of the right, just a light pressure. The left side sort of represents the creative and inner uh, space inside. Keep breathing slowly and deeply. And there is also a mantra that you can pair with this. I'm full of joy and enthusiasm, right? Again, it's great for balancing. Now, this one is a powerful therapeutic hand gesture that's used for heart health and to alleviate emotional, digestive, or cardiac distress. It combines several elements to improve cardiovascular function and do things like strengthen the heart while reducing anxiety and regulating blood pressure, right? So, how we do this is fold the index finger into the base of the thumb and then bring the middle and ring fingers to touch the tip of the thumb, right? And sort of extending the pinky finger. It's best to practice this with both hands, right? That one's a little bit complicated. And then the last one is for improving our sleep. This is called the Shuni Mudra, which is also known as the seal of patience. And it's an effective gesture for improving sleep quality, fostering mental calmness while reducing stress. So here we are connecting the tip of the middle finger to the tip of the thumb. And this encourages really deep, restorative sleep. So that is an offering of several different mudras. For maximum benefit, it's combined with diaphragmatic breathing, right? So to use the mudra of your choosing, just keep it for at least a couple minutes, but it's usually more effective if you do it a little longer. And you could even spread that time over your day, right? You could make it a part of your meditation, but you can also do it while you're standing in line, right? Hold the finger positions with both hands at the same time for a more powerful effect. And in addition, these are generally are actions of hands or fingers. You could even do these walking, right? There's no need to really devote special time to a mudra, but the maximum benefit is while you're meditating and doing your inner practice. There's over 399 mudras according to one source that I found. That gives us 6. So now let's meditate using the mudra of your choice. I'm going to practice with the Usha's mudras. So sitting comfortably, you can interlace your fingers and then allowing the left thumb to interlace with the right thumb, right? Just a light pressure from the left thumb. And then resting your hands in your lap. Remember, do the mudra that works for you here. Draw your attention inside, breathing deeply using the diaphragm. Closing down your eyes if you haven't already. And let's take some deeper breaths now for this time of guided relaxation. If you can, channeling your breath through your nose and stretching your diaphragm down and expanding your lungs on the in-breath. And then gently release the breath when you're ready out through your nose, if you can. Let's take some deep breaths in your own time. Diaphragmatic breathing sends a message to the brain that it's time to relax and slow down. Good. Now bringing your awareness to your hands as your body relaxes. Notice any buzzing or tingling sensations. Inviting the energy of your hands to connect and create an energy circuit in your whole body. And now just bringing your attention to your breathing without changing it in any way. Just notice your breathing. Let each breath take its own shape. Enjoy the movement of your body breathing. And just notice whenever distractions arise, sensations, sounds, thoughts. And then bring your awareness to your hands now, in whatever position that they're in. And let's create a circuit with the breath. So just imagine or pretend on your next breath in, you're breathing in through the palm of the right hand. Imagine the breath is traveling up your right arm, filling your chest, and then exhaling down the left arm and releasing the breath out through the palm of the left hand. And again, in through the right, out through the left. And just continue the cycle of breath, inhaling through the right, and then exhaling out through the left. Good. And whenever the mind strays, it's normal, it's okay. Just come back to the next breath. We're going to switch directions now. So on your next breath in, imagine or pretend that you're breathing in through the palm of the left hand. And imagine the breath traveling up the left arm, filling your chest, and then traveling down the right arm and out through the palm of the right hand. So it's in through the left and then out through the right. Just following the circuit of the breath, feeling the energy flowing through the left palm and then out through the right. Good. Now we're going to release the practice and start by just feeling your hands, taking in any sensations, any subtle energy felt. Deepen your breath and start to feel the space around your body now. And then let's begin to move our bodies, pressing your palms together. Now bring your hands up right to the center chest. We'll use the Anjali Mudra here to offer gratitude to yourself for this practice, for taking this practice in. Honoring your inward journey with the mudra of gratitude and love and respect. Good. Now rub your palms together. Create some friction. Feel that energy ramping up and energizing. Good. Now, before you open your eyes, I invite you to take your hands and hover them over your eyes so that your cupped hands are shielding your eyes from the direct light. And sense that energy in your hands. Feeling it penetrating your eyes as you begin to slowly open. Bat your eyes open and closed a couple times. Start to take in the room. And then when you're ready, lowering your hands down. And I want to offer one last practice here. This is sort of the mudras to go. Finger breathing exercise for anxiety, right? So hold one hand out in front of you. And with the other hand, we're going to trace that opposite. We're going to use that index finger of the opposite hand and trace each finger up, starting with the thumb. As you breathe in, reach the tip of the thumb. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in and up, tracing the finger, and then down as you breathe out. So just following the flow of the breath as you trace the fingers. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. And then when you reach the little finger, let's go back the other way. Inhaling and exhaling. So you slowly trace back to the thumb. Good. And then let's switch. Inhaling up, opposite hand. Good. And then we'll go back. Once you reach a pinky, go the other way. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And as we mindfully breathe with our fingers, feel the energy in these hands. Good. And then release. Thank you so much for meditating with me. Namaste.